What's going on, guys? K7 here, and we're going through the new patch. We got the notes today, but in 2 days we'll actually have the patch. But let's go over it now. And if you guys are new to the channel, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And for you guys in the chat, I'll drop the YouTube link so you guys can go subscribe. So I'm not gonna take too long to go through this because you guys, like the link will be in the description, and I'm sure you guys in the chat have the link too. But first, the universal stuff. Some of the stuff I actually don't really understand. So when it comes to like the Roman cancel changes, I don't really understand. It says it limits the tension gauge cost, but does that mean like when you quick RC, you can keep some of your tension, or I don't really know what it means. What is really cool though is that new you get new counter hit off of like standing punch or crouching kick, stand kick. Like that's really cool. And then like I think in the little brief clip that we saw, Soul was doing like 2P into close slash. Like that's pretty fire. And bro, just like I asked, some people are saying it costs 25%. I was thinking that. I was thinking quick RC might be 25%, which is insane actually. But you might not be able to do it unless you have 50 meter. But it only costs 25, if that makes sense. Like it just gives you access to doing it once you're at 50 meter, but it only costs 25, if that makes sense. That might be the case. Also the fact that they have a FD button, fantastic. Now you won't get hit while trying to FD when you can just have the FD button. To be honest, is actually just great. Revised mechanics. Okay, so they changed the inputs for moves that have the same input. I guess I don't know. Yeah, yada yada yada. Hidden mechanic, blah blah blah. Special moves canceling the overdrives before coming out. Okay, I think this is like so you don't get stuff that you don't want before you can before you do, or stuff that you wanted like that didn't come out. I don't really understand what this change is for either, to be honest. This change, although it has several purposes, is mainly intended to make it easier to perform overdrives where the part of the input is the same as the special move. Okay, so that's pretty self-explanatory. And actually, I thought input priority. I thought this is actually pretty interesting too. So when an input simultaneously includes 236 and 623, 623 is prioritized. But when you get the half circle input, the quarter circle input would be prioritized. So that's pretty cool. That's a good change. Input priority for normal moves. This is a good change too. Under certain conditions, inputs for crouching normals and command normals will now be prioritized over standing normals. For example, when previously inputting 2S during the hit stop of close slash, if you quickly release down, you actually would get far slash instead. So that's a good change. It's actually pretty solid. Jumping attacks are stronger. So like jump P on counter hit will give you like I don't even know if it's just on counter hit. It might just be in general. But dash cancel, every character can dash cancel now. So before, like only characters like Geo could dash cancel off of like close slash or 5K. Now everybody can do it. So I think that's really good, like across the board. Yo, what's going on, Candy? How you doing? And in addition to a variety of offensive options, this also creates new combos if you can quickly dash cancel into a special move. I see. And they adjusted some of the damage values, not all, but some. And here's everything. I'm not gonna go too in depth into it. I'll just give like a brief overview. But Roman cancel, they changed it a little bit, and I'm assuming it'll cost less meter if you quick RC it now, which is actually pretty cool. And it says they made the timing for canceling into a normal or special move faster, and they did that for blue RC and PRC. So I'm guessing that'll make it to where you can get easier mix-ups, or you'll be able to do stuff a little bit easier. And I'll probably go into that a little more when I get into the game. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll load up the game, so I actually have can show you guys. But input priority, we spoke about that before. Oh, also they fixed the bug that I was complaining about for a very long time. And that bug was the anybody remember the backdash bug? So where here I'm loading up the game now, but if you remember the backdash bug, bro, they fixed it. So when you input the dash button and then you press back directly like immediately after, you no longer get backdash. Thank goodness, bro. I've been waiting for them to fix that for so long, and they finally did, and I'm very happy. Now, jumping normals got changed, you know, some of wall break stuff, and this is like the uh this is a really important part of the patch, this system part, where like light kick and light punch, or you know, these all cause slowdown on counter hit now. So if you're able to frame trap with, you know, the proper buttons, you'll be able to get some new combos that weren't proper, that weren't, you know, possible before. Close slash and 5K can now be dash canceled. This does not apply to Potemkin and Nagoriyuki, obviously, because they don't have dashes. Yo, Arcana, thank you so much for the tier 1, bro. I appreciate it. The 5 months. I hope you're blessed, bro. Hope you're blessed. $4. Thank you for the follow. I just decided some hurt boxes while taking damage. Mid damage hurt boxes were more difficult than others to hit during combos have been expanded. Okay, nice. I actually don't want to hear it. Wait, can you guys hear the in-game music? Nah, right? I don't think so. This is your favorite part of the patch? What? The light normals getting buffed? Now, I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna go over all the changes. I'll just read the brief rundown, and you guys could like pause the video or whatever, or you know, when I get here, because everybody's been going over the patches the patch notes all day. But so adjustments is crouching kick and sweep improves Soul's low attack options, strengthening his ability to pressure the opponent. I think this is a pretty good change. I never thought Soul's low attacks were any good. His sweep is pretty whatever. You know, I mean, it was good for combos and stuff, but sometimes 2K2D would whiff. But they fixed that. They addressed some of that. Volcanic Viper has been improved as an offensive tool with adjustments to its hitbox and more, as there is a window with no active hitbox directly as Soul ascends, meaning it would not always function as an invincible move. Oh, I see. Okay. On the other hand, his standing kick and far slash were too strong compared to the other characters. Their performance has been decreased while leaving their greatest strengths, the attack startup and recovery on block, as is. I see. So this is actually a pretty good change too, because if you think about it, Soul's been getting away with murder for too long. Now, part of me is happy that they did this, but the other part of me is not, because Soul is not in the greatest spot. I still think he was a really good character, but to be honest, like, bro, the way they did him kind of grimy, I won't lie. Even though he was nuking health bars, sounds like you just rolled out of bed. I definitely woke up like an hour and some change ago. I absolutely did. You were right. But there's nothing wrong with it. I need to read these patch notes for the gang. Yo, Quicksilver, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I'm dead. Let me rock, bro. Anyways, standing kick. I'm gonna just talk about the changes that I thought were really important. So increase the base scaling. So you guys know how Soul would do like 5K into Kara DP. So shit like that is not gonna delete your health bar anymore, and it depletes more risk. So when you get hit by this in like a combo or something, you're actually not gonna get deleted. Thank goodness, bro. He is not deleting my health bar anymore. He'll probably still delete your health bar. It's just not 90% anymore, maybe. Yo, Ryan, welcome to the stream. Temple, what's going on? How you doing? What's up, Whistly? Is anybody else happy that Soul's not deleting your health bar? Because I'm pretty happy about it, to be honest. Like, Soul does not need to be deleting my health bar. Like, I thought that change was important, and I thought the decreased damage on the far slash was important too, because a lot of times far slash would lead into also half your health being gone. Like, it would be far slash heavy slash into, what is it, bandit revolver, the kick or whatever, and then he'll do quick RC jump kick volcanic viper, and then boom, your health bar is gone. So now you just won't be getting deleted off of every touch, basically, like when you get hit by Soul. Because if you think about it, his stand kick was already 3 frames. His far slash is already plus on block. And no character in the game has nearly no character in the game has a plus on block far slash. He was literally just playing a different game for a very long time, which is okay. You know, it's Soul, but and the only other change that I thought was really so there's 2 more changes I want to talk about. It's the actually no, I thought I misread this. Never mind. But the change I want to talk about was not Fafnir. Where is it? Okay, here it is. The Gunflame Feint. The decreased recovery on that means you'll actually be able to use it more in pressure and maybe even in combos. But I don't think anybody's gonna be using it in combos. But definitely using it for pressure. This is definitely a lot better move because it was already pretty decent if you used it in pressure, like mixed it up in pressure. But now it's it's a lot better. I mean, it depends on how much they decrease the recovery, of course, but this is a change to watch out for. Ground throw also is another change I want to talk about. Decreased recovery upon successful throw. I don't play Soul, so I don't know what that changes as far as his media options go. But I think that would be pretty big for him too. Okay. RIP Leo, maybe when we get to Leo, I'll talk about it. We'll do like a brief little talk, but I think he's not. Leo's not dead, bro. He's not dead, but he's not. We'll talk about it when we get there. Anyways, Kai. The recovery of Clad has been decreased, making it easier to buffer after normals. It's now easier to follow up on while in the corner. Am I tripping or is that move the slash like the is that the 214S? This is 214S, right? I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, so they're making it easier to buffer after the normals and making it easier to follow up on while in the corner. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, that's actually a really good change for him because a lot of his combos are dependent on like you being able to pick up off of that. So this is a really good change for Kai. The usage restriction on stun edge has been revised, and the recovery on aerial stun edge has been decreased, further improving Kai's ability to fight from far range. I think this is a really good change too because if that means what I think it does, that means you'll be able to have two sacred is it stun edge? No, yeah, two stun edges on the screen at the same time. If you do it properly, like so if you do like a max range stun edge and you like PRC, dash up, do some pressure, while the stun edge is hitting, you'll be able to like cast another one. So I think that's really, really insane, especially if somebody blocks a projectile from max range. Like I think that's a huge change for him. And especially if he's able to like use stun edge in the air because they reduce the recovery in the air, you're not gonna be getting counter hit for being in the air. Kai's gonna be jumping all over the place. He's gonna keep you full screen. You're gonna lose to Kai because he's zoning you out now. Like actually, you're actually losing to Kai now because he's zoning you out, which is insane. Like what? He was already a really good zoner, and now he just actually just so much better. Yo, Phoenix, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. The Kai changes are definitely something to look out for. And what's crazy is I didn't even talk about the Dragon install buff because they buffed Dragon install too, which is crazy. Like we buffed Dragon install again. Like there's no way. It is now possible to continue your offense after the opponent blocks Dragon install. This was not possible before. So if you did Dragon install on block, you're getting smoked. Now you do Dragon install on block, they're like, wait, hold on. You got to block pressure? That's crazy. So now it is guaranteed that Kai is going to win at least one interaction in Dragon install. Because before, if you think about it, whenever Kai were to go into Dragon install, he was either doing it like to break the wall to where you got, where he'll run up and probably get something, which is, it was pretty hard to do because it was certain combo routes you had to go for to do it. Or Kai players are doing it like a OTG, and then you're not actually in an advantageous position after you OTG it. So that's kind of whatever. But now, if you could force the issue on block, like actually make them block not stun it, sorry. If you make them block Dragon install, looking like a different story, man. Kai's looking insane, I won't lie. Now, also what it says that they did with Dragon install is they decreased the recovery, so and decrease the horizontal blowback distance. So I'm assuming if you make them block it, they'll be in your face pretty much, and you'll still be plus. Like, come on now, Kai's out here. And also, they increased his movement speed of forward momentum. So basically, I guess I'm thinking this is his walk speed, but it says forward momentum. That's an odd way to put it. But backward momentum, yeah. So it must be his walk speed. So forward walk, back walk, and then his dash. So depending on how fast he is after this is gonna be insane. Because if he's like, imagine Kai is zooming. Kai players are already doing like run up throw and neutral. So now imagine he's like even faster. Like what? Nah, stop playing. Also, the one more change I want to talk about is Vapor Thrust. They expanded the lower hitbox, so I'm thinking that means it probably won't be getting clashed with as much. But I could be wrong. I got to see what that change is about. And also, I know this Funjar change is supposed to be really good, but I can't understand exactly what it means. Decrease the attack level in the initial half of the active frames. Okay, so I guess that means I actually don't even know what that means. Like I couldn't even tell you what that actually does. No more low profile. Oh, is that what that is? Here, we're gonna talk about all the changes. We're gonna talk about Ram. We're gonna talk about Happy Chaos. Also, Vex. I saw you. I saw you earlier. I was gonna say Happy Chaos is still good. He's just not broken anymore. Actually, he still could be broken depending on if you're really good with him up close. All right, now let's talk about May. Properties of Mr. Dolphin horizontal and vertical now vary when the button is held down. Although they are straightforward lunge attacks, now in addition to their prior uses, May has more options to change the movement distance or active frames depending on how long the button is held. Also, it's more active the longer you hold it, and they decrease the damage. What? Why? They decrease the damage. You're so jazzed on the Kai changes, bro. Honestly, I already know how to play Kai, but I'm actually gonna give him like a solid try this patch. If he's really good, I'll give him a solid try. Now they reduced the startup on her jab, this is a notable change because attack startup on jab is really is always good. You know, you'll be able to mash out of more stuff. Now sweep, they expanded the frontal hitbox and hurt box. That's kind of whatever. Not like these changes are nothing crazy, but overall she got nerfed. There's nothing in the changes that actually really helped her out too much. I think her problem is that she doesn't get enough damage off of her the risk return on her strike throw is not there compared to other characters. Like if Nago command grabs you, he's getting health back, he's getting the meter back, and he's left in a position where he's gonna, he has the same mix up basically. May, however, she gets the command grab. She has a combo opportunity that doesn't do much damage mid screen. In the corner, sure, you get the wall break, but it still doesn't do as much damage. Her damage is coming off of her normals, and her normals are really good. Don't get me wrong, but she's just not looking like the greatest dispatch. This is just kind of like whatever changes. Does it slow down from jump punch counter hit? I think it does. I think that's all characters though. Kai buffs definitely did go crazy. Now I can use the cool Kai mods and tell people I've been playing him since day one. Axel, they made this character stupid. He took a little bit of skill, but now I think he's gonna be just stupid to play. He's not even gonna take really too much skill to play. All the changes aren't too crazy, but they one change that's pretty wild is the input change. I'm not sure if that's gonna make it easier or harder to do Axel bomber loops. I'm not really sure how this would work as far as his combos go. Input is different in terms of changing them. The TK input, yeah, I know the TK input would be different. So crouching punch expanded the frontal hitbox. So that's pretty good. It's gonna be hitting. They didn't do anything to Chipp. Yes, they did, but we're not talking about that now. Anyways, well, I'll read the balance intentions first. Winter Mantis can now be using combos. If I'm correct, I think Winter Mantis is the command grab, and they should not be letting you command grab in combos. I don't know what that's all about, but okay. In situations where a sickle flash would not connect, Winter Mantis can sometimes be used to follow up. Oh, okay. That's actually pretty cool. I guess it's like counter hit stuff. Yes, you'll do a counter hit into straight into command grab if they're too far. I think that'll be the play. In the corner, 6K into Rainwater can now be used more easily in combos. That's pretty good. In addition to improving the utility of pokes such as crouching punch and far standing slash, his ability to fight from mid-range has also been strengthened by adjusting the attack startup of Aerial Snail, making it easier to connect after jumping S. So there were some situations where this did whiff. So they're just basically making him more solid, but also I don't know. He just seems like he's not gonna take too much skill to play because of this change right here. I don't like the Axel Bomber change. Now everybody's gonna have Axel Bomber loops, I think, and that's not gonna be fun. So yeah. But also they launch less high than normal when you do it, so we'll have to see how much they nerf that to actually get an accurate take on what it actually is doing for him. All right, and then we'll move on to Chipp. Chipp got a lot of changes everywhere. They kind of just buffed everything. Nerfing Alpha Blade again. Alpha Blade is not the only thing he has, bro. Chipp is the character. Okay, they even say it in this here. Look. So balanced intentions for Chipp. Chipp's biggest strength is his amount of options, aka mental stack. So if you're mental stacking somebody, you're going to be able to mix them. You have to be using your other moves. So we made adjustments to emphasize this advantage. The startup of Senshu, I actually don't know what that move is, the startup of this attack has been reduced, strengthening it as a mix-up tool. And then aerial alpha blade diagonal can now be followed up when it hits. It's the Rekka. Oh, see, look. What? The overhead is faster? What are you complaining about? Nah, there's no way you're complaining. Gamma Blade. In addition to becoming more rewarding due to his increase in options, it is now more difficult to counter. That's actually pretty cool. Overhead trash? Yeah, no, the overhead is not very good, but you have to think you still have meter that you can use to your advantage. So like, or if you do like, maybe he has like BRC. So if you do BRC Rekka into overhead, you might be plus. Nah, Chipp mains are always on copium for sure. Yo, K7EB, welcome to the stream. I like that your name is K7 too. WWW. Nah, Chipp is definitely chilling. Like, crouching kick, decreased knockback. So that means 2K2D is going to be working more consistently. Close slash, reduce recovery, which means it's either, depending on how much they reduce the recovery, you'll actually be able to do close slash into like 5K or something, and that'll like frame trap. So you don't have to do like close slash, far slash, or close slash 2S. Like you'd actually just be plus or maybe even neutral or slightly negative, and you know what, or whatever the case is. Now same the jump in changes everybody got. I'm not gonna go over those. You know, everybody got the jump and punch and kick changes. Alpha blade diagonal. No longer hits the opponent when more than a set distance apart. That is a nerf. But you gotta think that shit was hitting from deep, bro. That shit was hitting from deep. Alpha blade horizontal. No longer hits when a set distance apart. Collision detection now activates sooner. Okay, that's cool. He now lands a greater distance than before. This is for area alpha blade. Decrease the recovery. So now you're landing, you'll be able to combo off of it after. Probably easier. No longer hits the opponent with more than set distance apart. So yeah, a nerf. Now depletes more risk levels. So if you use this in combos when they're high risk, it'll deplete the risk quicker. Increase combo blowback scaling. Now causes more wall break value gain. So certain attacks in this game would cause the wall to break quicker, and basically they're saying that they're gonna make this break the wall slightly quicker. So it might have the same value as maybe like a medium or a heavy attack, or sorry, a slash or a heavy slash attack. Beta blade all versions can no longer be Roman cancel. Well, they did this to all DPs. When blocked midair, the opponent now lands more quickly than before, which is also a good change. Increase the attack startup, so it's gonna be slower. Okay. That is an overall nerf for the DP, but it should be fine. You still have a DP. Gamma blade. They did the same thing as far as like the wall break stuff. It depletes more risk. Increase combo blowback scaling. Okay, I see. And then increase tumble duration. Actually, this is pretty good because you're gonna probably get more combos than you could get before. Now launches the opponent slightly less. Wait. Now launches opponent less than previously when used multiple times in the same combo. So like the same nerf that Axel Bomber got, this got too. And this is the Rekka. Reduce attack startup, so it's quicker. Reduce recovery, so it's better on block. Increase movement speed, so I'm guessing he moves faster when he's doing it. Now creates less distance with the opponent on hit in the corner, which is also good. Now depletes less risk level. So if you use this in combos when they're high risk, you actually will be able to keep a lot of their risk up. Now causes less wall break. Oh, less wall break gain value. Okay, that's really good. The Rekka change is really good. They changed Rekka, like, that's really good. So now I don't even so also Rekka is usually negative on hit. Like if you didn't go into the overhead, which you know you can't really do, or you went into like the mid into the low, you were negative. Now you actually might be plus if you do Rekka on hit. So this is actually really good changes for him. So you could probably do like 6P or 5P 6P Rekka, and you'll probably be like plus now when you weren't able to do that before. And they changed the this is actually a really good change. Cosmic, if you don't like this change, then that's on you, bro. That's on you. You just gotta hold that. They changed the super input from kick to punch, which is kind of whatever, but I think that's to avoid you getting inputs that you don't want. But yeah. Potemkin, I sleep. Faust, nah, I'm playing. We're gonna go over Potemkin. Garuda impact is now easier to follow up when near the corner, even on aerial hit, punishing the opponent's backdash more rewarding. Okay, nice. This is actually, that's a pretty good change because honestly, I'm spamming backdash against Potemkin, but I don't know why you would backdash in the corner against Potemkin when you could just jump. Have I gone over Ram yet? No, I'm going in order. So right now it's Potemkin, then it's Faust. And then whoever comes after. I did not go over Ram. I did not go over Millia. I did not go over Anji. I didn't go over Leo. I didn't go over Nago. I'm just going in order. Now Garuda impact is now easier to follow up. But yeah, blah blah blah. Gigantic Kai is used to function as both an invincible move and as a way to maintain offense, and no longer has invincibility, but has been improved as a tool to maintain offensive pressure. Ooh, that's interesting. I was sick of getting hit by Potemkins doing this shit on Wake Up anyway, so I'm good. I'm glad that they changed that. But it wasn't throw immune on Wake Up, so I guess it wasn't the worst thing. But if you try to throw him and he did Wake Up Pot Buster, you lose. So like, yeah. Now you can just meaty him every time, which is good. Standing kick reduce frontal hurt box, so you're not gonna be hitting him while he's using that as often. But hold on, let me see. It now works in a block string after 6K. Oh, so he could do like shoulder into super now. That's cool. Opening up the potential for a high-low mix-up with his dust attack or sweep, or going for guard crush with Garuda Impact. This is a good change for him. So once he's in, he'll actually have ways to like keep the pressure instead of like Mega Fist. Like Mega Fist PRC. Now he'll actually be able to do other stuff. That's pretty cool. So the 6S change, reduce frontal hurt box, reduce horizontal blowback distance. The opponent can no longer recover after landing on counter hit. Reduce tumble duration on counter hit. Okay. So this is a nerf. But this is a buff. You can't recover after landing counter hit. So that's pretty cool. Potemkin Buster, reduce frontal hurt box. I don't know why that change happened. Mega Fist, reduce the damage. Thank goodness, because y'all ever get hit by Mega Fist PRC and just die? Yeah, me too. So like, this is good. I'm glad they did this. They didn't touch the scaling though, just Mega Fist itself. So you still might die, to be honest. But Hammerfall, the opponent can no longer recover after landing on counter hit. Increase maximum forward movement time possible. Okay. FDB. Reduce base damage scaling, now depletes less risk. Reduce combo blowback scaling, now causes less wall break value gain. Okay, this is a buff. That's pretty good. Root Impact, decrease the damage. Nice, I like that. Remove the wall bounce effect. Oh, so wait. Okay, so I think the wall bounce effect that they're talking about is whenever you did Groot Impact, they would hit the wall, like they would actually bounce off the wall. And oh, so now they just tumble instead. Okay, so if you get hit by this, you're just gonna tumble and probably die. That's probably what that is. But I don't know if that's good or bad for Potemkin players, because I know Potemkins have wall bounce combos. I'm pretty sure somebody had wall bounce combos. I'm not sure if that's good or bad for him as of yet. And also, we went over this. Projectile now appears even if the strike hit lands. What? That's weird. Damage and blowback. Adjusted in line with this change. Removed invisibility. Good. Reduce the attack startup and reduce the recovery, so it's gonna be hard to punish. And it's faster on whenever he does it. No longer gains tension when the strike hit lands. Nice, that's good. No longer triggers wall break when the strike hit lands. The projectile now decelerates when close to the corner. Okay, they did this with Anji's projectile too, but we'll go over that when we get to it. But the projectile moving slower when you're in the corner basically gives you more opportunity to mix. That's what that change is designed for. Now let's go over Faust. Faust is actually winning this patch. They buff Faust. They actually buffed him. Nah, he's actually pretty decent this patch. He actually might be a lot better than I let on, because I don't really know exactly how these changes affect him too much, but we have to see. With buffs to standing kick and far slash, Faust can now take advantage during grounded neutral more easily. In addition, mini Faust now attack more quickly to prevent the opponent's approach, making it easier to use what could this be to throw items. That's a big change for him. So what that changes, the mini Faust actually hits. So y'all know, y'all ever see mini Faust on the ground and you just run past it and jump or something? Basically what this change is designed to do is making sure you're not running past mini Faust anymore. So mini Faust actually has a hit to him now, so he will stop you from running towards Faust. Same thing if he's behind you. He will, like, if you step on him, or like if you're trying to run up towards Faust and he's behind you and he touches you for some reason, like, you get hit. Like, the initial part of him has a hit. Like, it'll hit you and do damage. It might actually, I'm not sure if it'll do damage, but it'll hit you. Like something like Banana. Think about how like Banana, you'll slip. You might not take damage from slipping, but like you'll slip. It's kind of the same thing with mini Faust. I'm not sure if it does damage yet, but yeah. The decrease to the attack startup of the P and K version of Scarecrow make them more viable as surprise attacks. So Scarecrow moves are just gonna be unreactable. Even though they already were. I was getting hit by a Scarecrow PRC command grab, so I don't know, like, this change is not really doing much. I think it was already not really reactable. Yeah, basically he has Cybermen now. They can also now be used in tandem with items now as the attack begins once the button is released. Faust's position after the bone crushing excitement, which is his super, cinematic has been adjusted, making it easier to trigger wall break. Nice. That's a pretty good change for him too. So 6P now launches them higher. I think the purpose of this change is so you could do like 6P item toss. So, instead of like just 6P item toss and you get punished or something, or they can run up to you, 6P item toss can be a lot better. Expanded lower hitbox, so stand kick is just going to be better. Reduce the attack startup, so crouching kick is going to be faster too, so that's a nice change for him. Close slash, reduce recovery. Oh, reduce recovery on close slash and far slash, so he's going to be like close slash looping. Crouching SS now launches opponent on grounded hit, now launches opponent higher, so you might have some combo opportunities here. Afro guard break, yeah. Let me see. Add a stagger effect to 6H. Standing heavy slash has a follow up. They can no longer recover on counter hit. That's good. So the jumping normals, increased damage on the jump 2K. Mix got a buff. Made the timing for controlling Faust movement with forward to back inputs faster. Blowback direction now matches the direction Faust is facing. So now if you're hitting somebody, like if somebody's to the right of you while you're doing mix, if you hold back, it'll actually send them backwards. So you don't have to wall break with it if you don't want to. You might be able to do mix loops if they're high enough, if they're high enough or whatever. So that'd be cool. Let me see. Banana peel no longer can hit multiple characters at the same time. That's odd. Afro explosion added a guard crush effect. Yeah, I don't know. Like, okay, I guess cool. Meteor added ground bounce effect. So now he can combo off of meteors. Did someone say the changes were minor? The general changes are minor. The general changes are not minor. These are definitely pretty big changes. No backdash bug. We have an FD macro and punch and kick buttons on counter hit leading to more more damage. How are these changes minor? These are pretty good changes. Along with the characters getting adjusted too. These are not minor changes. Yeah, that changes offense in this game for sure. And if you mash like on something or you mash out of pressure and you get a counter hit, your reward is gonna be a lot better. Instead of like before in this game, when you mash on something, you'd have to basically like I would mash and then we both press a button to see who wins after. Like, but now you're like if you get a nice like a good mash, you'll actually be able to combo like and take your turn back for properly mashing. Or sorry, for properly pressing, because whenever sometimes people say mashing, they just think it's a bad thing. Mashing is not a bad thing, chat. We already went over Scarecrow, Love, whatever. Projectile now appears when the move is Roman cancel at an earlier point than before. Oh, nice. Increased damage of initial hit. That's a good change. And this is a super buff that we talked about. I think Millia is actually doing pretty good with this patch too. They did her justice. Yo, Gavin, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Millia's grounded neutral game has improved due to the increased range and reduced startup of far standing slash. So far slash, this is gonna be going farther now. They reduced the startup and expanded the frontal hitbox and hurtbox. So I think you can still 6P it, but you can still let's just skip the Axel and Goldlewis. We want a Rax already. So she literally everything for her is like great right now. The changes to jump D, Capel, and other moves make for more opportunities to trip the opponent up and deal damage after going on the offensive with jumping heavy slash during an air dash. Oki, after knocking out an opponent, has improved due to the decreased recovery for the HS version of Tandem Top. That's the disc. So they buffed disc. We don't need that. There were some situations where your Millia chains are looking good. Yeah, bro. There were some situations where like, let's say Millia did what was it like? Throw into disc. Throw into disc, you were actually able to mash out of it. And some of her setups, like if she did like slide, whatever her slide move is, she would do slide into disc and you'll be able to jump out. Like you have some opportunity to get out of her mix ups. And what that made her do, that made her spend bar on her mix, which is pretty I think that's pretty okay. I think it's pretty okay to have to spend bar for your mix, but I think she kind of needs these changes. Because she shouldn't have to spend bar when other characters are doing what she can do, except like without meter. Like no one's telling Eno that she just not mixing, or Leo like they're mixing crazy. But now honestly, with these changes, like I don't know, it might be a wrap. Millia might be insane, but especially on top of that, on top of her neutral getting better, with her slash normal getting better. Same thing with close slash, everything's better. Her jabs leading to knockdown is gonna be insane. Like if she can do like 2P or 5P or something, if she could do, or yeah, look, like 2P has reduced startup. So now if she's mashing properly, she'll probably be able to do like 2P counter hit, 2K 2D into mix. Like, just because you got mashed on, you're getting mixed now. That's insane. So be careful. Which one is Capo? The Rose thing? Yeah, that got buffed too. So they changed the properties from strike to projectile. That's interesting. I wonder what implications that has. Reduced recovery, so she's able to do stuff faster after it. It's now affected by momentum. So I think if you air dash and do it, it'll probably send you further. Increase the damage and expanded the hitbox. So now you're definitely not gonna be able to just be mashing while she's doing Capo. And I think that's what the design of the move was. But I was still mashing. You were still able to hit her while she's doing it. But now you actually won't be able to hit her while she's like directly above you, jumping around and shit. Like you actually have to just like deal with it, kind of. So basically, she's able to mix you now, and off her jab, she's gonna be able to basically get into her mix-up situations, which is really good. And the final hit, Bad Moon, now launches the opponent higher. I wonder if you can combo off of that now, like meterless. That'd be insane. And Winger, they increase the attack startup, increase recovery, and when blocked midair, they land quickly than before. Zato, we'll talk about Zato for a second. Also, let's just say Millia winning. Talk about Zato for a second. When Eddie is summoned, Zato can now take more time going on the offensive due to the reduced rate of meter consumption. I don't like that at all. I feel like Eddie, if you're a good Zato player, you're able to keep Eddie out in like, for a while. You would able to do like oppose, send Eddie in, frog, unsummon, summon back, and then keep pressure. Like you were able to do stuff already, but now if he's able to do more bullshit, then like I don't know. If you get put in a block string by Eddie, you probably got to block like 2-3 extra mixes maybe, which is not gonna be fun. Increasing the deceleration as jumping D comes out make it less likely for him to land, improving its utility as an overhead. This is for double overhead setups to where like sometimes people would do jump D and the jump D would whiff. Now you're actually just gonna be getting hit. So yeah. So like they'll Zato players will do like delay like hella late jump D, or they'll do like jump K into float jump D, or whatever mix that they have. They're just basically making jump D come out like pretty much when you're near the ground to basically make it like a true 50-50. Even though he has true 50-50s already, I don't know what the purpose of that buff is for. He can now trick up the opponent with difficult to react strings from aerial attacks or forward heavy slash. The decrease in combo blowback and other kinds of scaling makes it more rewarding to use. That's a lot in combo strings, or even if drill hits multiple times. So that's a buff to drill. So the reduced Eddie meter is the huge change. JD also is a huge change. And also basically all of these are buffs to basically he's literally just getting buffs, like, and I'm very confused, like why? Crouching kick got reduced startup, so now I think it's 5 frames. No, it's 6 frames. I think it's 6 frames now. So he's getting buff. Yeah, you're gonna be in the corner forever against this character. Basically, he's gonna be mixing you, and basically Eddie's gonna be out forever. So good luck. That's basically what we get. But what they did, they decreased the damage and the hurt box of Frog, which is really good because I think Frog is pretty good. But I think that's a needed nerf. Now Ram. Good old Ram. Dash cancel, increase recovery. Nice. So now she's not able to like do Rekka into dash, jab. So now you can actually, I don't know, maybe like mash out of it now, which is gonna be fantastic instead of getting countered every time. I'll read the overview. Adjustment to attack, startup, and recovery crouching slash have improved its utility as a poke, as its lack of range compared to the far standing slash made it less useful previously. Okay. Ram is now close to the opponent after Daro hits on the ground. Okay, Daro is like the hand DP input move, like DP punch. Basically a lot of times after Ram players would do this move, it would leave them in range of like pretty much nothing besides like far slash or 2K, or sometimes they'd even be out of range of 2K, so they're plus 5K. But basically every time they would get a hit with this move, people were mashing or backdashing or just basically getting out of their offense. So I'm thinking that changes to basically stop that. Now decreased height on whatever this move is, ascent makes it easier to use in neutral. Does anybody know what this move is? Because I actually don't know. I would have to see it. J214S. Oh, okay. And then the damage distribution from her supers have been adjusted, making it more easily deal more damage when using combo to distinguish it from her invincible move. So that means all the RAM players that do like the DP super in their combos, they'll just have to change supers. Basically, they just shifted the damage over. That's really it. I mean, thank goodness. I was sick of seeing that super anyway. The other super is way cooler. The beam super. So the dash cancel, good buff. 2K 2D is gonna be hitting more consistently. Close slash is gonna be more plus, so she can like loop her pressure. Far slash, reduced upper hitbox. So you're not gonna be getting hit in the air as much, which is really good. Crouch slash change, crouch S change is really good. They reduce the startup and the recovery, so that move is just overall better. I already thought the move was pretty good. It was basically just people used it to stop you from 6Ping. You get counter hit, you die. But now it's gonna be better. Same thing with heavy slash is the far slash. You're not gonna be hit in the air as much. Jumping punch and stuff, and jumping kick both have they launch higher. And this one, all version delay the timing when the projectile appears. So this is overall a nerf. Attack startup remains unchanged, so it's gonna stay the same. If Ram Lethal takes damage after firing her sword and before it reaches the corner, the hitbox disappears and the sword will be placed on the ground. This is a good change because I would find myself in positions where I wish I had the clip. I was literally complaining about this like 2 days ago, and they nerfed it, which is fantastic. So basically, if she's throwing the sword and you 6P the sword throw, it would still go and hit the corner, and if you were next to the corner, you would get hit and then explode after. But now that doesn't happen anymore, so that's good. Increase the damage so you're not getting touch of death, I guess, off of it. Reduce hitbox of the explosion, which is good. So now you might be able to dash out. Like characters that weren't able to like get out of it before might be able to get out a little easier. So you might be able to jump out of it easier or dash out of it easier. Dairo increased movement distance, no longer causes collision detection, blah blah blah. And then the super change that we spoke about. Leo. Let's talk about Leo. It's time. Now I'm not a down player. I'm just gonna call it like it is. We're just gonna talk about it. I'm just going into it. I can't believe I had to preface that with I'm not a down player. But anyways, so the changes to White mean that even when an opponent is in the corner, you can go into stance, same as mid screen. So this is a good change because a lot of times you do like 5K, 6K into DP or something, and then they would be in the corner, and you couldn't take the corner. Like you would just have to like do heavy projectile for meaty. But now you can take the corner with it, which is cool. Now I know what people are thinking. They're like, oh, now Leo's gonna be doing cross up in the corner and block strings. Sure, you might be getting hit by that every once in a while, but I'm telling you, it's gonna take 3 days maybe for people to just grab that shit in the corner. It's not gonna make a difference. It's not like that's not the difference that you guys think it's gonna make. You'll just be able to do it like after a knockdown or something. Now due to the disparity and difficulty of punishing and dealing with his sweep, depending on the opponent's character, his recovery and knockback have been adjusted. So they just nerfed sweep overall. Although Leo will be open to counterattack at close range, during a dash can function as a lunge attack. Yeah, nice. So you actually might be able to just like do it like from far range sweep, but close range is not gonna work as well. So 5K, they increased the recovery on it. Honestly, that was a needed change. I was like shotgunning 5K. You just do 5K in neutral, and if you just press it again, you're not gonna whiff punish. Like it's not gonna happen. Crouching kick, decreased knockbacks. 2K 2D is always gonna hit now. Close slash has reduced recovery, so it's gonna be better on block, which is nice. I was already looping close slash, but now it might be easier to do. Crouching slash, reduced recovery. This is just gonna make it better in like block strings, so you'll be able to do end your string in crouch slash instead of like heavy slash into guard the guard point. And they made the guard point better, which is good too. So they made it to where it can now withstand the opponent's attacks until directly before the attack is active. So now you're not gonna be getting counter hit on doing your guard point move, which is good. But now we're gonna talk about the nerfs because pretty much everything else is a nerf. Expanded lower hitbox on sweep, so that means it'll be hitting lower. That's cool. Increased recovery and decreased knockback. So increased recovery basically means you'll be able to punish it with more of the cast. Decreased knockback means they'll be closer instead of you hitting them too far away to get a punish. People were IBing it, but like to get punishes now. But now you probably don't even like need to IB it at all. You could probably just punish. It's now more affected by dash momentum. I wonder by how much exactly, but we'll see. We'll just have to see. And now launches the opponent higher on counter hit. Overall, this is a nerf. Launching them higher on counter hit makes it to where you'll be able to get your combos more consistently, which is a good change. And we have to see how good the dash momentum sweep will be. But overall, that's kind of like, you're still just running up and doing sweep. It's not really doing too much. And people are probably going to 6P it anyway, like they've been doing. So, his jumping normal has been buffed slightly. Second hit now launches them lower. I don't know what that means. I guess it just sends them to the ground. JD bounces higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. So that means you'll be able to combo off of this easier, which is cool. They increase the attack startup on the DP. So this means there's going to be more safe jumps against the character, which is, more safe jumps against him. You'll probably be able to grab it easier on wake up. And it got the same change the other DPs got. You can't Roma cancel while their gold burst is active. And when blocked midair, they land quicker than before. Jump heavy slash might have a disjoint now. Decreased frontal hurt box. Yeah. Might have a disjoint maybe, but I mean, even then, it's still hard to hit people crouching with that move anyway. So if they didn't increase the downward hitbox, then it doesn't make too much of a difference anyway. Dwight now crosses over when they're in the corner, which we spoke about, and now turbulence. They can now recover after landing. This change right here with them recovering after landing is that change is pain. Because now every time you counter anyone, you're gonna have to go on the DP if you want to go on the back turn. Because if you do turbulence on hit, you'll be able to keep back turn, but you just get no Oki if they can like tech or like recover after landing. You just have no Oki. That just like the part that sucks. Now back turn kick, increased damage, and it triggers a slowdown on counter hit. I don't think this change matters at all unless the damage is increased by a lot, but I don't think it will be. So I think this change is whatever. Yo, what's up? What's up, Lap? And then reduced base damage scaling. So I think they're gonna make this do slightly more damage. I'm pretty sure. And yeah, this is more damage and depletes less risk and reduced combo blowback scaling and causes less wall break value gain. This is a buff, but everything else. So like turbulence is not gonna grant Oki. 2D is gonna be punishable from farther range. DP is nerfed. He's not bad. You'll still be able to play the character, but I think with other characters being buffed and people are already coming up with a good counterplay. Leo's still juiced. I don't think he's juiced, but I mean we have to see exactly how it is. But the only way I would say he's still juiced is if the recovery on 5K is not as bad as I think it is, and if you could actually still use sweep decently well. But I don't think so. But you probably still be able to get like the dash 5K 6K DP into mix. He's still gonna work the same way how he was working before. It's just that when it comes to like fighting the character and keeping like pressuring the character himself, the DP with more startup I think is gonna be good for people that have trouble dealing with it, and there'll be more safe jumps to where like you'll be able to actually bait out the DP and stuff. So I think it's cool. You got a lab back turn kick slowdown stuff? Maybe, but we'll see. Overall, it is an overall nerf for Leo. He's not bad by any means, but definitely overall nerf. Now let's go over Nago. So now, when I read this, initially, I read these as like a buff. I think I was reading this as basically nearly everything is like the same, except for like Beyblade. But here, I'll read it. The properties of moves such as far slash and crouching slash now vary depending on blood gauge. This means there is a greater benefit to keeping the blood gauge high than before. So the way that reads is that they kept his far normals and crouch slash. They kept it the same. It just gets better as the blood gauge goes up. That's how I read it, at least. I don't know if anybody else read it like that, but that's how I read it. That's what that means to me. And it honestly makes sense because, like, I mean, his buttons do just get better. But it says that they get better, but it doesn't say if it gets worse at low levels or they keep it the same and they just get better. But the way it reads is that it just simply gets better. That's how I took it. So now, Beyblade was stronger than his other special moves, so the situation on block is less advantageous. And the later part of Fukio can now be canceled into some special moves, opening up greater possibilities for Fukio and neutral. So crouching kick, decreased knockback. So basically 2K2D, you'll be able to hit that pretty much all the time, hopefully. or like more consistently at least. Far slash attack startup now varies depending on blood gauge. Damage and chip now vary depending on the blood gauge. So now he's gonna be doing more damage with these normals, the more blood gauge he has. Attack startup depends on blood gauge. Probably means no. That's not how it reads though. Because when you read the balance intentions, it says this means that there is a greater benefit to keeping the blood gauge high than before. So that means when the blood gauge was high, they just basically made it better. They basically made the moves. They made the moves better than they already were, or they made the moves worse, and then they just get better as it goes on. But I don't think they made the moves worse because they probably would have said something. It would have said like, actually not. I see it reads too iffy for you to know for sure. What's up, Modem? How you doing? If he has a 9 frame 2S at yeah, no, that would be insane. But yeah, basically all his far slash, crouching slash, and his jump slash and jump D all now depend on his blood gauge. All these normals. And now there's like this also reads weird because his special moves, it says delay the timing when the blood gauge begins to increase. But now I read that and then I thought, what does that even mean? And then I see when I went to Eddie, or when I went to Zato and they talk about Eddie, it says delay the timing when the Eddie gauge is depleted. And then it talks about Nago, like same thing, like it delayed the timing when the blood gauge increases. So I'm thinking that this means you'll be able to use more special moves before you pop. I'm thinking that's what that means. I mean, it reads like a slight buff for all his special moves, that is. Yeah, it is hard to interpret, but we'll have to see when we get them. But I'm pretty sure they're just going to be leaving my boy pretty buffed. Like, it reads as buffs to me, but if we see it and it's different, then we'll have to see. But it would take 3 seconds to fill up, but now it's higher, so now it could take 5 to 6 seconds. Yeah, exactly. So it's a buff. Same amount of moves to pop, but it'll take longer to pop. Yeah, no, of course. Yeah. That's basically how it is. And then Fukio all versions, you could special cancel Fukio now, which is actually really cool. And then they nerfed the Beyblade, so basically you're not gonna be able to just do Beyblade and turn your brain off. You have to use something else or actually play good neutral with him. But you'll be able to Fukio into Beyblade now, or Fukio into projectile to get in on zoners, or Fukio into DP. Like, you could do different stuff now. And his normals still might be just insane. So like they might just make his normals better. We just have to see when the patch comes out. But overall, it looks like he's still pretty much the same character he was before, which is really good. He sure needed some buffs. Yeah, he definitely did. He could do more Fukios now. Yeah, absolutely. We're in there. Giovanna, we made this adjustments to emphasize the distinctive features of each special move. So I'm gonna start running through this a little quicker. After Giovanna leaps up, her forward momentum cannot be controlled with forward or back inputs. The reduced startup also increases her utility, its utility as a mix-up tool. That's good. The increased recovery of travail further strengthens its ability to maintain offensive pressure, so that's pretty good. This now functions as better as an anti-air move due to the expanded hitbox. Sorry. So yeah, now you can like change the momentum of this move. I actually don't even know what that move is exactly, but I'm pretty sure that's the is that the drill move, the drill kick, or no? No, that's not the drill kick. That I think this might be the yeah, that might be the kick, the air kick, right? The cross up kick. This is what this is. Yeah, okay. So now you can basically choose if you're trying to cross them up or not. Basically, increase recoveries. So I guess it's less plus on block. Yeah, she just these buffs aren't too much. Like, there's nothing too crazy to go over. The only notable change that I thought was like she gets chip damage now when she's over 50% tension, which is pretty good. Do you put VODs on YouTube of your stream with stamps? I could do that for this. I'll go over it and then put stamps and stuff. You missed some of my explanations earlier. You need to go back and listen. Yeah, I got you. Or you could just watch the VOD if you'd like. But I'll put the YouTube video with timestamps of when I talk about each character. I definitely didn't talk about Gio too much because she didn't really get too much. There's nothing really, nothing insane about her buffs. The one other notable thing about Gio is that the sweep, They nerfed it, so that's pretty good. I was sick of getting hit by that. Bro, the sweep had like it was like 7 frame startup, 10 frame active, and like 2 frames of recovery. So please, this nerf is definitely needed. I don't want to hear anybody say anything, bro. I don't want to hear nothing. I want to hear absolutely nothing. Anji still looks pretty sleep. I'll still go over his stuff, but Fujin now has less recovery, so you do Fujin and you can just do Fujin into nothing and you probably won't be getting punished. But it's still punishable on blocks. So I guess if you do Fujin into nothing, you're still getting punished. It's now easier to maintain the offensive after the opponent blocks Shin. So this is the I think this is the projectile. Yeah, like the projectile or whatever. And Rin's decreased startup makes it a better mix-up tool. So this is the overhead. Overhead has decreased startup. But want to know what was weird to me is that they decreased the startup of the overhead, but then they increased the startup of the low. So I guess the intention of that is to make it like kind of like a 50-50 without him having to spend bar. I think that's what the intention is. I don't know how like what the difference is. So you actually might be able to fuzzy this, but I'm not really sure. Unless it hits same frame, then it's like good luck. Crouching kick, so 2K2D is gonna hit more consistently. Close slash, reduce recovery. He'll be able to loop you with close slash, or is slightly more advantageous on block. Far slash is faster, and I don't think you can 6P it anymore because it says reduce frontal hurt box, so no 6Ping maybe. Same thing with crouching slash. They did the same thing. He's not in a counter hit state anymore at the active frames end. Standing heavy slash, you're forced in a crouching state upon grounded counter hit. I think that's for combos. His jumping normals all got better, like pretty much with everybody else. Shitsu, this is the projectile. It decelerates when close to the corner. So before, when you're playing Anji, if you threw them in the corner, you'd have to OTG into the projectile if you wanted to use it on Oki, but they could jump out of it. But now you could just probably just throw them and do it, and it'll work as intended. Because in the mid screen you could use it, but in the corner you could not. So that was a good change. And then Fujin, they increase the attack level when it's charged, but like, I mean, a lot of his stuff is not really that great. Like, he didn't really get too much. This is just pretty much like a whatever. Now got some pretty okay buffs. Like her buffs weren't insane, but she also got a nerf, which is pretty cool. I'll just read the balance intentions real fast. She specializes, getting in quickly from mid range or whatever. Blah blah blah. So additional projectile range for chemical love. I don't know why they thought she needed this. She does not need it, but okay, she got it. Cool. It's just gonna be more annoying than before. Aerial antidepressant scale now has different utility than the ground version due to increased movement speed of the projectile. Okay. Okay, so if you use the aerial, I think the air projectile, it just moves faster, which is cool. And stroke got nerfed, so that's cool. They reduced the recovery, but it's still good on hit. So basically, if you do heavy stroke and you block heavy stroke, you actually might be able to throw her. Maybe. Air dash and air back dash can now be changed with down or up inputs, so that's pretty cool. Crouching kick, so 2K2D, you'll be able to use that more consistently. Reduce recovery for a close slash. Universal close slash dash cancel buffed her. Oh, so she'll probably be able to do like close slash dash, which is insane because she's in the air. That's actually a big change for her. I think she might be really good up close. The only thing that's getting nerfed is stroke, but everything else is pretty much getting buffed. Like her projectile in the air is getting buffed. 2K2D is getting buffed. Close slash 5 kick into dash cancel is a big buff for her. And chemical love has more active frames. All of these are really good changes for her. So basically, she's just a better character overall. Goldlewis, I don't know much about the character, so if you guys want, you can go over this. Like, I know you guys got like a little Goldlewis, I don't know, clan or something where y'all can understand these changes, but I don't really know what these moves are. Well, I kind of do, but I'm not really sure like what this means for him. But I'm sleep on Goldlewis, but I'll read the balance intentions. Goldlewis is now capable of more powerful offense and neutral due to the changes of some of his normals. Standing heavy slash and JD, as well as buffs his projectile as Thunderbird and Burn It Down. Okay, nice. Due to the increase of movement speed and momentum for 6 HS, is extremely potent when canceled in Behemoth Typhoon. That's a good change. He got Car Behemoth Typhoon. That's gonna be bad. So he's just gonna be throwing the shit out of neutral now. Except like he's mid screen, he's just gonna Car do it and then smoke you basically. I'm too lazy to cover the whole thing. No, I actually just don't like. I don't understand. Like, I can't tell you the significance of his buffs when I don't understand him as a character. So it's just somebody else would have to like have a better understanding of it than me. Thunderbird now vary depending on the properties of Thunderbird now vary depending on the security level. That's cool. 6P extended lower hitbox, so it'll be hitting on the ground now. That's cool. Crouch and kick, reduce recovery, so you won't be getting whiff punish on it as heavily. And 2K 2D will be hitting more, so decrease knockback. Close slash, reduce recovery. Far slash now moves forward, reduce frontal hitbox. I think the 6HS change is gonna be the biggest change that he has here. And then the Thunderbird is gonna be good too. Like this is gonna be a really good change for him. This is gonna be like if you're able to like basically connect with Thunderbird, you'll probably be able to mix more consistently, even in the mid screen. So you'll probably be able to do Thunderbird and like card cancel into some overhead or like something. Not like he just got buffs. He definitely just got buffs. Skyfish delay the timing of the security level reset. Okay. And then when blocked midair, the opponent now lands more quickly than before. Okay, that's the super, I think. Or am I tripping? Down with the system. And then reduce recovery and increase attack level, burn it down. Now, Jacko got a lot of changes. Due to the increase to the initial servant gauge level, Jacko now has more freedom to use servants in neutral or combos right after the round starts, which is really cool. Throw servant and servants hit by a servant shoot would often lose to other projectiles, despite requiring more setups to activate. This has been improved by increasing the clash level of servants. So now they won't be losing the projectiles, I guess. They'll probably just be clashing with it. Maybe I'm not really sure exactly how that'll work, but I'm sure you'll be able to go jab them out as before. When does the update go live? It goes live the 10th, so in 2 days. Or if you want to be more specific, maybe like a day and a half. We get the patch. So 2K2D is better, so this is really good for servants. Throw servants, reduce recovery. Recover servants, reduce recovery. So the reduced recovery on all this is going to be insane for her. This is going to be really good for her. Made the timing of the tension gauge increase upon special move activation faster. That's going to be good. Attack command, reduce attack startup and recovery. That's insane. So she'll be able to do stuff up close that she was not able to do before. These buffs are actually insane for her. Attack command while lifting a servant now deals damage. Defend command, increase the time window in which servants can withstand attacks, and expanded the servant's hitbox. So these are all buffs. She's just getting buffed with everything. Everything's getting buffed. She's just gonna be a stronger character overall. They just want her to be more prevalent. So like they just really just made her better overall. So I'm actually really happy about Jacko being better, but I got to see what that means for the characters that I use. Now, Happy Chaos. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. I think Happy Chaos, these were really good changes. They didn't kill the character, but they also changed what I needed to be changed about him. Thank goodness. Adventure be feasting? Yeah, Adventure's going to be very, very, very happy. The amount of concentration depleted now varies depending on the distance between Chaos and the opponent. This is huge because that means you can't be full screen spamming gunshot anymore. You cannot do that. I mean, you can. It will just take more of your concentration to do. They def buff Lasso? Yeah, they just buff Lasso. It's more difficult than before to continually use fire from long range. Yes. On the other hand, he can now use powerful strings at close range while expending less concentration. So that's a buff. They buffed and nerfed him. So they nerfed his zoning and buffed his up close pressure. Thank goodness, because this character's like he was not designed to be a zoner. Like he did not need that. And they kept guard crush, so he's chilling. And the sight now targets the opponent when they block at the ready, which is the gun. Like when he pulls out the gun, it targets them automatically. So you can just do at the ready and then shoot to make sure they're not mashing on you. As fire can be used during the newly added dash cancels, he can now more easily approach from mid-range. That's really good too. These are all good changes for him. All these are really solid changes. The amount of concentration depleted while raiding the gun now vary depending on the distance. We went over that. And he also got a 2P buff, which is really good. And this is decreased knockback on the 2K, so 2K 2D is going to work more consistently. And same thing with the system changes. If you get hit by basically counter hit 2P, he's probably just going to go into 2K 2D. Like that's just a good change for him. Close slash reduce recovery, that's really good. Far slash increase knockback Reduce recovery. I don't know why they reduce recovery on that. It needs to be whiff punishable, but okay. And increase movement speed. Crouching slash expanded upper hitbox and hurtbox, so it'll be hitting higher than before for some reason, but you can still hit it. So I guess that's cool. Jumping normals are better. Same thing with J2K. Reduce recovery after connecting with the opponent and reduce the attack startup. And they decrease the height of bounce after connecting with the opponent. So I guess his mix-ups will be easier to do now, which is cool. At the ready, we spoke about this before. It depletes more risk, which is good. Increased base damage scaling, so I think that's a nerf overall. I don't know. When it's a decrease or increased base damage scaling, it's hard to see if it's a nerf or not, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. But depletes more risk, that's definitely a nerf. Now causes more wall break gain, that's a nerf. I guess it depends on how you see it, but I take it as a nerf. Unless some of the combo routes are dependent on it, which is good. Okay, so fire during steady aim has decreased damage. Thank goodness, we needed that. Fire hitbox now it disappears when chaos takes damage, which is good. Steady aim. They made the timing of the tension gauge increase upon a special move activation faster, and reduce recovery after exiting stance with quarter circle backslash. I think the intention of this is to make it to where you're not reload canceling, but instead you're just exiting stance how you're supposed to. But I'm not. It just says reduce recovery, so we have to see which one is actually faster. But I think they're just making it to where he might be slightly easier to play. I'm not sure, but we'll have to see. And then same thing with the reload, and chaos now remains in the counter hit state until the end of the animation, which is a good change too. Focus, they didn't really made the timing of the tension gauge increase upon special moves activation. Blah blah blah. Roll can now use fire sooner than before, so now he's actually able to maybe like keep pressure and like switch sides on the roll. Yeah, they buffed it and increased the movement speed, so now he rolls faster. That's cool. Now scapegoat increased health depletion on activation. So I already thought this move was insane. So the fact that they're nerfing it is a good sign. And now the properties vary when activated at low health. This is also something that I was complaining about, is that basically he loses health for using the clone throughout the game. Basically, like if he was at 90% health, he would lose maybe 10% health, and he'll be at 80% for using clone. But if he's at 1% health, what's stopping him from spamming clone? Absolutely nothing. So now it has different properties. Now, like the properties now vary when activated at low health. Basically, when he's really low health, it does something else, or it might not last as long or something. And this is the change I was waiting for. Effect now ends when chaos takes damage. The curse change is so needed, because a lot of times Happy Chaos would like put curse on you and you hit him, and then it didn't matter because he would just pull a gun out and shoot you again. Like, it's like you win the interaction at first, but then curse is still on you, so you're just not winning. Which is, that's very unfortunate. Yeah, or if you burst against him, you still just are in curse. It's like, what? These change. All right, now we're gonna move on to Baiken. Overall, let's just say Happy Chaos is definitely nerfed as a zoner, as they nerfed the damage from far range for his fire. And also the concentration change at long range and the clone nerf. So overall, as a zoner, he definitely will be worse. But when it comes to his up close pressure, he got a better 2P. Crouching kick, decreased knockback, close slash, and far slash are better buttons. Even though we already know his 2S, close slash, and far slash are all great buttons. And his 6S did not get changed. So he's going to be pretty much still insane if he's in your face. Now Baiken, these changes make it easier for Baiken to maintain her offense. So the S version of Kabare, which is the tether, it's gonna leave her at advantage, which is really good. So you'll be able to do it and basically just keep your pressure up. Tamigashi is better now, and you can Kara cancel it now, so that's pretty good. So you'll be able to use it and make it go further. So 2P reduced startup. So along with the not 2P, sorry, 5P reduced startup. So along with the system changes with the counter hit 2P stuff or 5P stuff and everything, this is gonna be a really good move. 2K2D is gonna work more consistently. You can Kara off of 6K now, which is really cool. Close slash is better, far slash is better. 2S is better. Literally all her buttons are just better. Reduced the upper hurt box, the crouching heavy slash, like everything is just better. Okay, so now yeah, so you can TK the Tatamigashi now, so that's good. That's a buff. It's always cool stuff you can play around with. Tether now activates even after an upward input. Okay. Oh, actually, no. I don't think that's what this means. This might not mean that, but you still are able to TK it. So I guess it doesn't really matter. Kabari, the tether just gonna be better. So now you can actually like do block strings, and if your opponent is respecting you, you're able to tether and then keep the pressure up, and then actually go for your mix without having to throw them or something. So this is really cool. Now affected less by combo blowback scaling. Blah blah blah. The follow up, it is it now triggers counter hit effect. Expanded the lower hitbox, increased recovery on block. Oh, okay. So now you can't just do it and just do whatever you want. So that's cool. Yozansen, reduced landing recovery. Oh wow. So now Yozansen is probably gonna be like more plus on block. So that's an interesting change. And then her super increased attack startup, reduce recovery after a successful parry as well as when unsuccessful. Okay, nice. So the parry it just got buffed. It's good for the super jump version. Okay, I see. All right, and then we're on to the last one. We're on the testament. That's the last one we're gonna go over. Moves such as Grave Reaper have been strengthened, as there were situations where Testament could not fully launch an offensive in both neutral and on the opponent's wake up. So they're just buffing Testament overall, which is good. The situation after landing the strike hit of S version of Grave Reaper has been improved, making it easier to Unholy Diver as immediate attack. Aerial versions of Grave Reaper have less attack startup and are easier to use in combos and strings. That's good. This causes less blowback on aerial hit, making it easier to follow up on, creates the opportunity to deal damage while carrying the opponent close to the corner. So Testament overall just getting buffs. Fix a bug where Crow would sometimes not behave as intended after a wall break sequence. Okay. Air dash shorten dash time, adjusting to the value to match other characters. Nice. Air dash buff, jump landing. Fix a bug where Testament's lower hurt box would sometimes disappear at the instance of landing. I never saw that. Reduce recovery of 2K, that's good. It'll be better on block. And better on hit if you just do 2K for some reason. 5K, sorry, not 2K, 5K. And then for 2K, actually the same thing. It's better. It's faster, so now it's gonna get better when it comes to mashing out of stuff. Excuse me. Decrease knockbacks. The 2K 2D is gonna work more consistently. Glow slash reduce recovery. Far slash reduce startup, reduce recovery. 2S reduce startup and reduce the hurt box. Same thing with far slash reduce the hurt box. She's just getting buffed overall. Or sorry, they're just getting buffed overall. Standing heavy slash reduce recovery. Forward heavy slash decrease horizontal blowback distance. Reduce attack startup. Oh, so this is gonna be faster. The six heavy slash is gonna be faster. That's really cool. Jumping normals are all gonna be better. Grave Reaper all versions just good. Like they're just the succubus remains on screen longer. This is really good. That's actually a really good change. So you don't have to feel rushed to do anything, because a lot of times whenever you get the succubus on the screen, people would just throw the bird because the succubus is gonna go away pretty soon. So now you have a little more time to like work out the neutral, force the opponent to do something. That'll be pretty cool. All heavy slash versions have reduced attack startup, which is really cool. All versions fix the bug where it would sometimes hit multiple times. Was that a bug? Okay, I see. Unholy Diver now launches the opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. So it's going to be better for combos, which is cool. Increased active frames after succubus transformation. The crow will now always fly forward in a straight line when the button is held, even if a succubus is on screen. Oh, now that's nice. So now you have okay, yeah, this is gonna be better for combos, and you'll be able to use it like as an anti-air still, but also you'll still be able to use it to send it to the succubus. So that's cool. Arbiter sign, all versions reduce recovery. Oh, that's the teleport, right? The teleport got reduced recovery. They may get buffs, very slight, but nothing crazy. Initial hit now bounces opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback. And when blocked midair, they now land more quickly than before. This is a reversal super. So we went over all the changes. Now, real quick, I'm just gonna go over every character and tell you if they are winning or not. Soul, he's still gonna be Soul, but overall he's whatever this patch, like pretty much an L overall for the notes for him. He's still gonna be a good character, but L. Big W for Kai. Kai is winning this patch. Oh, Arbiter sign is the B summon. Okay, my bad. Okay, Kai is winning this patch. May L this patch. See, For Axel, they just made him easier to play. So I would say a small W for Axel. Small W for Axel players. Small. But we have to see exactly how the the changes affect him. Now Chipp, small W for Chipp too. He got some pretty decent buffs. Potemkin W, Faust big W. All these characters in this row actually fat W. So like he got a lot of good changes. Mini Faust being one of the most notable ones. I think that's a really good change to keep you out, and he's able to actually still throw items and get more stuff on the screen, get more offense going. His buttons are better. Same thing with Millia. Her mix up is gonna be better. Her buttons got better, and her air control got better. Everything about her just got better. She's gonna be a better character. Zato with his Eddie meter, everything just better. Like I don't even know why they thought to above Zato. I already didn't even like fighting him. He's literally just monkeying around, doing whatever he wanted. Ram overall, she's like a small W this patch. Leo, we have to see the 5K change. We have to see how that affected him totally. But he still is able to do like 2P into DP. He's still able to do like 2K 2D into mix. And if he hits DP on you, he's still able to like knock you down and get back turn stance going. So overall, Leo's like definitely overall worse, but we have to see overall what it's gonna look like for him. I don't think the changes were overall too good for him, so like small L for Leo. Nago, we have to see how the changes actually turn out for him. But if they turn out how I think it's gonna turn out, this is gonna be a pretty good W for Nago. So I will say W. We'll talk about Geo. Geo's nothing too crazy for Geo. I don't think she got anything insane. She's still gonna be the same character as before, but yeah. Overall, I'd probably say, I gotta think. Maybe like a slight W for Geo. Because she did get some buffs, but it's nothing too crazy. She's not like anything, to write home about. Anji's still an L, I think. I didn't think any of the changes read as like really, really good buffs, so that's an L. She actually got some nice got some nice buffs, so I think it's a pretty nice changes for her. So I would say a small W for her. Goldlewis, I would say it's a W for pretty much the rest of the cast actually. Like everybody else has kinda got like everything. Like they did like buff nerf stuff. So like except for like Goldlewis. He just got buffs, so he just a W for him. Jacko, straight buffs, big W for Jacko. Happy Chaos, buff nerf. He's not a bad character by any means. They just nerfed him being really, really dumb. So now he'll be fun to fight against, I hope. So this is a W. Baiken got some nice changes, nice W. Testament also got some nice changes, fat W. And let's just say the system changes, really, really nice. I'm really happy because this is what I was asking for. I wanted the FD macro that they put in. Where is it? Let's find it real quick. The FD macro, this is good. The backdash bug getting fixed, that's good. They changed some input priority stuff. And then the counter hit off of kick and punch buttons, really, really good. So overall, I would like to say the patch was a W. Patch was a W.